I just wanted to do a quick video on installing this window. This is a Ram Promaster 1500, and I couldn't find any information on how to put a window in. I had a lawnmower throw a rock through the window, but there's other videos on how to disassemble and take the door panel out, and I'll leave a link to that. Basically, there's some this bottom part comes off with some Torx screws, and then there's some Phillips screws here. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff, but I'll just leave a link for his other deal. But to take the window, put a new window in, clean out all the broken glass, and then you pull this up, and you can only pull it up to here because it's attached to the other side from here on. So you can only pull it up that far. And you can almost get the window in, but it interferes. It hits on the door handle. So you have to pull the outside door handle off. It has 3 screws. You can see there are 10 millimeter nuts on them. 2 here, 1 at the top. And then once you got that off, then you can ease the window in a little bit of an angle like this and jiggle it, and it'll go down. Then you can turn it and pop it into the track here and then slide it back up or whatever. Also too, this back track here, I have it loose. It actually, I can't show you now, but up in here there's a metal tab that sticks out like that, and there's a slot cut in the top. There's a little slot cut in the top of this, and it goes up and then kind of hooks over and slides down on the hook like it's like a little coat hook or something that sticks out. Anyway, that track goes over and slides down, and then it bolts in right here on this bolt. But that's the procedure you have to do. Is you have to take this back track out and take the outside door handle out, and then the window will fit inside. It's got there's a little pin that goes in a hole in the window here, and you have to pop this off, and then you can flex the glass out over the pin.
Well, you are about right.
Here's that track. You can see it's got a slot on it there. This slides up inside here, and then that metal tab goes through and hooks on here. It goes like this. Just like that, I guess. And anyway, that slides up in there, and then the screw goes, like I said, the screw goes in there. There's a little lever right there you have to take off when you take the door handle out. This little plastic thing here, you just push on it and it pops off, and then this will pull straight out. Anyway, you have to put that back in. And then you can see I got this back in position. It's hooked way up at the top there, and then I got it bolted here. And when you bolt this back in place, pay attention to where the line is around the screw, and put this in the same spot, because this is actually has a slight adjustment on it. Two, when you disassemble the door panel, you have to take this switch out, unplug everything to get the door panel off. And then after you got it all tore apart, then you need to put it back in so you can operate the window mechanism. Because probably when you do yours, it'll be like mine. The part that runs the window up and down will be all the way at the top, and you have to bring it all the way down to install the new window. So you'll want that. You'll see it's a white thing, and slide it in, get it all the way at the bottom. And then after you get the window completely installed, you get the track put in and adjusted and all that stuff. Then we can take the switch back out and put the door panel back on. The next step is to put this back on, and I use the same thing as the other guy. If you go to Harbor Freight, you can get a set of these, and they're pretty handy. But I use this one right here to scrape all the glue around. I use that one to go around the edge there. I actually used it like this to push all that glue loose to get this off without tearing it. Then the next step is put this panel on down here. That's the next step. When you're taking these plugs off the door controls, when you're pulling on those, don't pull on the wires, pull on the plug itself, because it's got some of them got pretty small wires in it, like this one. Next, I'll put some screws in. There's one that goes in there, one that goes there, a couple in here, I guess, two in here. I got to put the door handle on and then put those screws in. This here, the speaker screws go in. There's 3 of them. And then there's those 3 screws here that hold both these panels. So that's what I'm doing next. I was getting ready to put this door handle back in, and you kind of got to shove the cable. It was pulled all the way out like that, and you got to shove it back in. I think it goes in like that. I can see it's got some kinks in it right here where it was before, I think. Okay, I got both those screws back in. I got the one in down there, and then I got to tighten this one up right there. And I got to put these 3 screws in for the speaker. Okay, these screws are next. The 3 screws, the 3 long ones here, go in right here. Those 3. And the 4th short one goes in right here, I believe. Okay, now I just got to pop some trim pieces on. I got to pop that trim piece on, that trim piece, the piece that goes in, sets in there. I got a cap to put here, here, and here, and then put this bottom thing on around here, and put the switch in up here. I wanted to say, when you're taking this out, if you look, it's got a tab on this end, and this is the end that pops out with that little clip. But I noticed when I did it that if I pried from the corner right here and just got my putty knife under here, lifted up enough, then I could push against this clip right through here, push against it and get it to pop up. It popped up really easy. That way you're not apt to break it. But this is the end that comes up first. It hooks in, this lip hooks in right there, and then this will pop up or pop in last. Okay, it's all back together, windows in place, door panels all put together. These are all the tools I used. 2 different Torx drivers and a Phillips. I'm not sure what the big one was. This was for the bigger one was for that window track. This is a T27 and a Phillips head, a 10 millimeter socket to take the door handle off. And then these are just some trim tools I use for prying and stuff. These work fairly well. You have to be careful with them though, because they, you can see I put some stress on them using them, so they're kind of cheap, but they're only a couple bucks from Harbor Freight. And a cordless drill. That's it. See ya.